Hey there. So let's talk about something that trips up a lot of people: have been, has been, and had been. My goal here is pretty simple. By the end of this, you're going to feel way more confident knowing exactly which one to grab every single time. So let's just dive right in. So, have you ever been there, staring at these three options, and you kind of just freeze for a second? Yeah, that little pause, that moment of doubt. If that's you, trust me, you are not alone. But today, we're going to solve this puzzle for good. Okay, first things first, we're going to tackle have been and has been together. And there's a really good reason why. It's because they basically do the exact same job. They act like a bridge, connecting something that started in the past directly to what's happening right now. Now, the technical grammar term for this is the present perfect continuous. But honestly, don't get hung up on the fancy name. All you really need to burn into your brain is this: the action started back then, but it's still going on, or it's still important now. That connection to the present moment, that's everything.
So the big question is, when do you use have and when do you use has? Well, it's actually super simple. It just depends on who you're talking about. You're going to use have been with I, you, we, they, basically the plural crew. And you'll use has been for he, she, and it, your singular subjects.
Let's look at an example. They have been studying English for 2 years. Okay, so the studying started 2 years ago. That have been is our clue. It tells us they started in the past, and guess what? They're still at it. The action continues right up to now. And what about for a single person? Same exact idea. He has been working all morning. He started work sometime in the past, this morning, and that action is still connected to this very moment. And because our subject is he, we just swap in has been. See? Simple. Okay, so we've got the past to now connection down. But what happens when the action is completely done, finished, over? That's where had been comes into play. If have and has build a bridge to the present, had been builds a bridge from one point in the past to another point in the past. So this is where it gets really interesting. The official term is past perfect continuous. But just look at the key phrase in that definition: up to another specific time in the past. We've completely disconnected from the present. Now we're talking about something that was happening right before something else happened. And both things are in the past. Let's break this down visually because it makes it so much easier to get. Think of it like this. Step 1, an action kicks off in the past. Step 2, it keeps going for a little while. And then step 3, and this is the most important part, it gets stopped or interrupted by a second event, which also happened in the past. It's all done and dusted. This example makes it all click. She had been studying English before she moved to London. Okay, so we have two past events here. The first one, studying English, was in progress. And when did that action stop? Right at the moment of the second past event, when she moved to London. See that? Past connecting to past. All right, we've seen them on their own. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them head to head and see the one simple rule that changes everything. This is really the core idea that's going to help you nail it every single time. And there you have it. This is the secret sauce, the golden rule, whatever you want to call it. It's this simple. If you're connecting the past to right now, you use have been or has been. If you're connecting a past action to another past action, you use had been. That's it. That's the entire trick. Okay, this chart is basically your whole lesson in one spot. You can see have been and has been are both in the present perfect. They just split the job between plural and singular subjects. But look at had been. It's past perfect. And here's the cool part. It works for every subject. I, you, he, they. It doesn't matter. Honestly, this is a perfect one to screenshot and save to your phone for a quick reminder. All right, let's do a quick recap. Think of this as your personal grammar cheat sheet to make sure all of this really sinks in and sticks with you. So just remember the big rules. Have and has been build that bridge from the past straight to now. Had been is like a flashback inside of a memory. It connects two different points, both in the past. And here's a cool little bonus tip. This whole system doesn't just work for action verbs. You can use the exact same logic with adjectives to describe how someone was feeling or what something was like. Let me show you what I mean. If I say I have been tired all day, it means I started feeling tired earlier, and right now, at this moment, I am still tired. The feeling is connected to the present.
But if you say he had been happy before the news, that happiness existed in the past, and it ended when another past thing happened, the arrival of the news.
And that's pretty much the whole story. I really hope the fog is lifted and the difference between these is crystal clear now. So I'll leave you with this final thought, using the very grammar we just talked about. Which grammar rule has been troubling you the most? Thanks for hanging out with me today.